Hey Scrappers, Jeff here. Remember how epic that battle was last episode, where we finally defeated Lurch, and the only way we were able to really do so without it taking an additional 30 to 60 minutes was because Brixby, the hero, the rat folk that all people love, had the brilliance to dispel magic on that wall of thorns. Give it up for Brixby, everybody. Oh man, how could we forget that he made that possible? Wow. No, really, how could we forget? Because literally all of us did going into 157, so you'll be sitting there wondering, why are they trying to figure out what to do with these thorns? They're already gone. You know, looking back on it now, we all totally remember that. But for this wild first few minutes of the episode that follows this intro, none of us remembered that. All it took was a few rectangles on the map on Foundry for us to think, oh no, a wall of thorns, what do we do? And that is so funny. I think we can all agree. Oh, what a chuckle. If you want to share into that chuckle or just point and laugh at us, join our Discord. The links for that are in the show notes and on our website. But in any case, we realize that we all had collective amnesia, and that's a wild phenomenon. But hopefully you can forgive us this silliness. You've been putting up with us this long. And if you haven't, I'm not sure why you're joining us here for the first time on episode 157, but hey, great to have you. Might I recommend starting on episode 1? Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and let you enjoy episode 157, because this is Pod Against the Machine.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Welcome back to Pod Against the Machine, the only Pathfinder actual play that it'll engulf you in a wall of thorns while your snake friends stab each other. I'm your host, and here's everybody.
Poor, sad snake friends.
Hi, Sam.
Hello.
I don't have any decks. So opened my hero lab and I was like, ooh, maybe we'll get to level up at one point. And it's just like, you don't have to worry about that, buddy. Gotta worry about not slipping into a coma.
You've got other things to worry about. Speaking of other things to worry about, previously on Pod Against the Machine, we had a real quick episode. We started in the middle of the fight against Lurch, his minions, and the mud elemental he conjured. And we stayed there for a good long time. And there was a lot of back and forth. There was a aforementioned wall of thorns. Kira got cursed. Brixby got infested. Asuma nearly died fighting that elemental. And eventually the party won. And we stopped right after Lurch went down on Tarazi's turn. Now, notably, Tarazi and Levi happen to be confused right now, and Tarazi had, I believe, gotten act normally on his last turn, which allowed him to kill the boss. We still have Levi's turn to go, so I do need a D100 roll to start things off.
We are looking at a 36, so he snake babbles incoherently. Which really would just be terrible ASMR, so use your imagination.
No, the people want it. It's a little. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry.
Now that we have a reusable track of snake babbling, I do need a fortitude save out of Brixby as well.
Oh no. You don't want that.
It's not my decision. You know, there's rules. The rules are the rules.
Oh, hey, look at that. It's a 22 with a 17 off the die.
All right, so you're just sickened.
I already am. Can't sick the sicker.
So
as they say. Sorry.
So no big whoop. You all have about 6 seconds before these things matter again. And Kira, Tarazi, and Levi are all kind of embedded in a wall of thorns.
Oh, right, the thorns. Do they hurt us? They do hurt us.
Yeah, they hurt you to go through. I guess I'll ask Kira, since you are the one in the thorns with control over your faculties, is there anything you'd like to do?
How much damage will I take leaving the thorns?
Not an infinite amount of damage. It's not a ton of damage.
Do you take any if you stand still?
You don't take any if you stand still.
There's a decent chance that Kira tries to press out of the thorns and then just passes out. That's about where we are hit points right now. So I could just stand there for an hour and a half. She's gonna try and get out of the thorns. This will be fine. It'll be fine.
No. Ugh.
I do need a strength check to push your way through the thorns.
Oh man, I have so little of that now. Like a weak, tiny mouse. No offense.
Oh no.
Oof, that's not great. That is a yikes. Oh my gosh, 11? Oh no.
All right, so you are stuck, and what's your flat-footed AC?
Flat-footed AC is 20.
So you take 5 damage.
Oh, and Kira goes down.
Oh, no.
Kira goes down in the thorns.
Unconscious in the thorns.
Oh.
Which is really where you want to be. Alwyn, how about you?
So, you know what? Alwyn is going to cast Long Arm onto himself. And then he is just going to move off to my left and then down south to be currently 10 feet away from Levi stuck in his bush. And that is his turn.
All right, Brixby, anything you want to do?
I mean, I don't have anything that could prevent disease. What is the exact level of visibility through the wall of thorns that we have?
Yeah, I don't think you can really see through them. It's basically a wall, so you can see anything that's up above it or around it, but through it you can't really see more than little glimpses.
All right, well, if I can't see, then I can't cast the wall of force in between them, and I'm pretty much out of every other spell. So there isn't a whole lot I can do. Brixby is just gonna, I guess, delay in case something happens.
All right, Hersek is going to just start hacking away at the wall of thorns with his sword. He's over sort of by Levi. And that'll bring us to the snake squad. I will need another set of confusion rolls.
All right, we'll do Tarazi's first. Oof, that is 85. Attack nearest creature. That's a bummer.
Yeah, that's got to be your snake buddy.
Doesn't say nearest alive creature, so I'm gonna roll between Oh, fine, I'll attack. I'll attack my snack. Can some of those famous low rolls, please? Yeah, 7 off the dice is a miss.
Nice. Well, I mean, the good news is you missed, and the other good news is that Tarazi's no longer confused.
Hooray.
The bad news is that Levi now has to attack Tarazi.
Yeah. Yep. I was just looking at the verbiage. Fine. Oh, a natural 20.
Oof. Roll to confirm.
Probably won't. Yes, does not confirm. Golly.
Don't forget Levi's shield bash.
At least I did max damage, though. So 19 to Tarazi, who is no longer confused. And it's like, Levi, it's me. Stop this madness. I'm sorry.
And at the end of that, Levi is no longer confused either.
Whew.
So one problem's dealt with. I do need another fortitude save out of Brixby.
Absolutely. It's one better. It's a 23.
All right. Once again, just sickened. And we have one last round of dealing with that. Peeking behind the curtain here. So is there anything anybody can do in 6 seconds that will affect the fact that Brixby has to make another fortitude save?
I misspoke. Kira is not down, just disabled. I forgot we're playing Pathfinder, so she's at 0 hit point.
Ah.
Can she still talk and say, "Hey, Brix, hang in there"?
Yeah, she can
It's not
still talk.
helpful, but it's kind.
No, it's helpful. That's helpful.
Okay, I'll come help in a second.
Is Brixby visible right now or invisible?
Oh, that's a good question. Because did he have greater invisibility? You know what? You were still invisible because we made a joke about seeing the worms for like half a second and then
There you
not
go.
seeing them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good
yeah,
call.
so Alan would not know where to target to even try to touch you to cast Remove Disease. So instead, to not waste his long arm, he's just gonna reach through these vines and touch Levi and heal him a little bit. And that's what he does this turn instead of doing anything to help his rat friend.
If he could see him, Tarazi would try to treat disease since it's just a standoni, but can't see him.
Yep. All right. I'm going to roll. Yeah, so a little bit less this time. It's only a 21.
Oh, that's a save anyway. So you got 3 in a row for the final 3 rounds of the fleshworm infestation. And Brixby, while he's still sickened just from being in the cavern, is starting to feel like he no longer has horrible magical worms under his skin eating
That
him.
is excellent. It's very good for me. Oof.
So the immediate threat is gone. All of the Me-Go in this room are dead. You do still have thorns causing some real problems here. Hersik is hacking away at them, which looks like it's slow going, but it is making progress.
So yeah, I mean, Brixby's... I mean, he had improved invisibility, so it's probably run out at one of these points anyway. But if it hasn't yet, he's visible now. And he looks pretty messed up. So he's going to kind of crawl towards his friend Alwyn. Alwyn, we need to leave this horrible place as quickly as possible. Where is everyone?
I completely agree. But how are we going to get those 3 out of the thorns that they're in?
I'm stuck in a bush.
Hack, hack, hack.
Yeah.
I think if these thorns are not going away on their own, perhaps we should just make like the lumberjack, eh?
Are they flammable?
I don't see why not.
Because Tarazi has dark vision and wouldn't normally need a torch, but he has torches. He could just take a torch out of his bag, light it, and start burning these thorns away.
Off of his body.
Yeah, I would say burning them back could probably be a little bit faster than...
Hope they don't do like spider web and like when you burn them it just instantly goes up and burns everybody in it.
Yeah, he tries it and then dies. And it sucks.
F.
I was gonna say, try it on like one of the pieces off to the side that nobody's currently stuck.
Exactly.
I'm sure this is a well-ventilated goo cavern.
Oh, yeah. The smoke's definitely not just like accumulating on the ceiling and slowly asphyxiating everyone.
Got spells for that.
He douses the torch quickly in the fetid water, realizing the foolishness of his idea, and then resumes hacking at it with his snowblade.
And we have Ashen Path that lets us see and breathe and smoke, doesn't it?
I mean, it actually technically does. I mean, unless it doesn't produce oxygen though. It's not the same as life bubble. Like, yeah, because I think that's the difference between mist and like smoke. Because I don't think it really gives you the ability to breathe smoke. That's a specific thing. Yeah, I don't have anything in my very limited wizard tricks that could help right now. This is a job for a druid, y'all.
Well, it's totally doable to just hack through it. It just takes a while.
I just worry about though I guess Tarazi can hack over to her. I was gonna say if Kira swings to hack, that's a standard action. Then she goes unconscious in the thorns again.
If I wait long enough, I can recover my rage. Then I'll have 44 hit points, and then I can do a standard action.
Yeah, so theoretically, over the course of several minutes, like, Kira can recover her rage and then, like, actually start cutting herself through. The chainsaw, I assume, is very effective for cutting back thorns. And Tarazi is cutting down from above, and Hersik is cutting with his rapier, and Asuma's going at it with a dagger.
Yeah, Alwyn has no cutting utensils, but he does have weirdly long arms for the next several minutes, so he's just doing that a fishy-o thing from Monty Python in the background.
You can use the tail blade on my tail if you hang out beside me while I use my rapier. Bonding.
Because your 2 rapier piercing weapons are going to be really good at slashing.
100%.
Oh, yeah. Well, the point is, eventually the job gets done. It just probably takes a long time and is very frustrating. But you can finally cut through enough of the thorns to move about in the center of the room freely, at least.
I would drag corpse out and loot it.
Ah. Well, he appears to have some magical leather armor on. He's got like a string of beads, and then that staff that he's holding looks pretty cool. So those are all magic items. I will need the appropriate check to identify.
Roll a bad spellcraft. Not a good one. That's a 24.
You can identify the +1 light fortification leather armor.
Ooh, nice. Does 1 point more get anything? I rolled a 5, so I got a 25.
Let's see. You have a strand of... The mysterious staff, I think, is still mysterious.
Unfortunate.
Well, I guess we'll have to wait until we level up to look for that one, and who knows how long that could take.
Oof. I'd roll, but my +4 mechanically can't beat a 25.
Alwyn, I think, will also ask Tarazi to grab his, I think Sam said it was like made out of fungus, his unholy symbol of Shub-Nigroth.
He does that, no problem.
Well, I have 4 uses of Lesser Restoration, 3 uses of Cure Serious Wounds. I have enough things to handwave us being pretty close to full, like even with how many people are injured, to not bother rolling it, I don't think. Between...
I am 30 down.
30 down.
Kira's like, oh, that's cute. I'm down 100.
I mean, one of us is a frontline fighter, yes.
I'm gonna say, Kira's down enough that I think it could permanently kill Brixby and Alwyn added together.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, Asuma is down an exactly 100. Hersik's only down 82 because he got some healing before.
Good for him.
Oh, I forgot about the 2 NPCs. Yeah, actually, I think with all the NPCs, I could maybe get everybody like to half and handwave that.
Yeah, Levi's down just a little. After that healing, he's down like 19, but Tarazi's down 73.
I know I had damage. Did anybody else have damage? Ability score damage?
8 dex damage for Brixby.
Ooh. Brix gained back 4 in that
Yay.
stat that I already forgot which one you said.
Dex. As he drops a bunch of limes that he was trying to juggle.
Oh, my limes.
I can't do this.
Oh, there you go. You're back.
Yeah, thank you.
I have 1 left for me.
So dexterous.
Second is terrible. Really, just like across the board, -2 is just bad. I'm glad that didn't affect like the entire party though, because I feel like that could have really sucked.
That would have been a 9-part combat.
Yes. 100%. Yeah, I can prepare some identifying magic tomorrow as well to see what we can get out of this Steph. But that seemed like a leader, right? It had to be.
He had to be of some importance, otherwise this is a absurdly dangerous place.
Yeah, he had lots of weird clothes.
That's true, he had the whole, kind of bondage strap thing going.
Weird leather daddy. Not to yuck his yum.
Yes, he was the leader of this group. He said his name was Lazurk. I tried to tell him we were friendly, that we would help them fight the Dominion, but he didn't want to listen. He said he wouldn't attack me, but he would attack the rest of you, and I couldn't talk him out of it. And he seems really upset by that fact, that he couldn't persuade this guy not to attack us.
As someone that frequently does not like the meta of the 5-minute adventuring day, my character feels thoroughly rinsed out of all abilities and anything he has to contribute.
In in-game time, we've been adventuring for probably close to 10 to 12 hours,
Yeah, a
because
whole
we've also
day.
been exploring a bunch of little caves that were hand waving because there was nothing in them.
Yeah, this wasn't a short day.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still the same day that we met what's his face.
Yeah, Hersick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, her sec.
Yeah.
He's had a busy day with us.
Yes, it really
Yeah.
has. Welcome aboard.
Is it also the same day you met Asuma? Oh, dang.
Is it?
We're so trusting now.
Wow.
Yeah, wow, we are really trusting.
We are super trusting.
2 friends in one day? That is...
The good news is we can be confident Hersek won't either rob us or try to kill us while we sleep, because he's a trustworthy mercenary who works only for, non-profits to have the kind of best interests of all people.
Oh, and we're not healing him till the morning. That's the,
Yeah.
that's the other the other way, right? We're just gonna leave him at -4. I don't know what he's at.
He's at 48 out of 130 for those keeping track.
He has more HP than Tarazi.
Yeah, 130 is more than Kira. That's pretty impressive.
Dang.
I'm suddenly concerned at what level he is.
I'm suddenly I need to check and make sure that I'm right about his HP.
I mean, I don't know. His con could be, baller.
Yeah, he's got 130. He's a beefy gentleman.
Maybe that's what's just so appealing about him. His hale and hearty nature. I don't think we can go further, because we have up and down, and I mean, that was basically almost just worm food. So,
Yeah, I feel really weird. Like for some reason I can't hit these branches as hard as I should be able to. I don't know what to do about that.
it's like the Popeye thing where the muscle goes on the bottom of the arm, when it falls down.
When it
on
just,
the
yeah.
other side. Yeah. What would we roll to determine if Kira is cursed? Is it because did we see the spell cast in the moment? Was that kind of our opportunity? Is it a heal check now?
It would probably be a spellcraft or something to that effect.
Oh, and it seems like she's still weak after healing.
Yes, I cast healing on her, but it doesn't seem to be working. Did you remember him doing anything strange to you, Kira?
He pointed at me and said something weird, I think. I actually don't know what the components of that spell was. But he did do something strange. I don't know.
If you did and you accidentally curse one of us demonstrating it, you're he did this. Oh, by the way, I got curse at my last level. I rolled a 34 for my spellcraft.
Nice.
So I think you can suss out that this fella bestowed a curse. I mean, you know he was a divine spellcaster, and yeah, I think you can figure it out.
Elwin, I think this is a curse. Do you know anything about that?
I actually might have something that can help with that. And he is going to rummage in his pack and draw out a scroll, and he's going to say, when I left the colony, before I left, I was told I should get things that might be useful. And one of the people I talked to after I left said, this can be useful for getting rid of curses. I don't know if it's going to be powerful enough to deal with what Lizark did, but we can try. And he is going to take the Scroll of Remove Curse that was one of the ones that came with his sorcerer kit that he paid for in character creation. And he is going to cast it, so I make a d20 roll plus the caster level, which for a Scroll of Remove Curse is going to be caster level 5. And that has to meet or beat the level of the spell, I believe. No, it has to be against the DC of the curse. Yep.
It's a hard roll. It's not impossible by any means.
I was going to say, it's probably pretty close to the top end of that.
It's not super hard.
And that's probably not going to do it, because that is a single-digit roll, unfortunately. That is a 9 for a 14.
14 is not going to do it.
Okay, so the scroll just kind of burns away, and he's going to look at Kira and say, Did that work?
Kira will experimentally swing the chainsaw. Just in open space. I don't think so. But thank you for trying.
We may need to find a more dedicated cleric than what I can do. Someone like the ones back in town, but I don't know if there's anyone here in that valley that can do that.
Ada, May. Might be magic he'd have to pray for, but we don't know. I don't know where he draws his power from the land, but the land is strange. I think we should get out of here and head back there. See if we can help.
That sounds like a good idea to me. Now, do we have to hoof it out of here, or do you have any means of expediting that?
In my one singular teleportation. You guys ready for that roll?
Let's do it.
Yeah, baby.
Okay.
While he's doing that, Izzy, what is Kira's strength after the penalty?
+2? Or possibly 16? No, 14? Does one of those numbers sound right?
See, I was thinking it was something like that, and it's like still way more than our casters, and they're like, I don't feel right, and they're like, you could still bench press us easily.
Which she does, just to keep in shape. And just takes an Alwyn and a Brixby in each hand, and it's like, hurrah!
All right. I would consider this place, since we've been there a couple times, that it's no longer viewed once and it's now seen casually, not studied carefully or very familiar, per the distinction. So I have to roll under an 88 to avoid any mishaps.
How many
Right.
people are you able to take with you on this?
Oh, I probably should have checked that before I just rolled that there. Instantly transports you and touched objects or other willing creatures. You may bring one other medium creature per 3 caster levels. Ooh, so I can only bring 4 people. That's a problem.
Well, I mean, it sounds like Azuma and Hersek are walking out.
I mean, take the NPCs, Kira and Alwyn.
I think we're better off walking as a group, because we are more dangerous as a group. I can only teleport a few of us out of here. Especially larger ones of us count for more than smaller. Anyway, like 4 rats equal 1 big snake. So I think we should just walk out of here. I don't want to split us up. If there's an emergency, I can take our most wounded away, but we're not leaving anyone. Brixby thinks about Asher. Again.
All right, well, if it is an emergency, I hope we don't encounter one, but Levi can climb and swim. It would be easier for the 2 of us to get away if need be and, reconvene at the farm. Just have to find the right compost pile.
All right, let's leave this horrible place. Brixby, I don't know. Am I wearing pants? I'm just kind of wearing a cloak. Well, then I guess I just kind of fold up my leg fat.
Just tuck that away.
Everyone makes the rather long, especially after a day like today, it feels longer than than it did this morning. And you all tromp your way back to Peter's camp. It's dark out by now. You can hear the disturbing lack of crickets in this area, and Peter appears to be nowhere to be found.
Like, not in his cave?
Well, he's just not immediately visible.
We are going to eventually walk over to wherever his cave is and shout into it at one point.
Yeah.
Peter.
Now, yeah, once you say his name, he actually pops out of a nearby compost heap. Like he just was fully immersed in there, and he goes, "Hey, you were right! Heated seats!" It is notably not the compost heap that is the Halic. It is a different compost heap.
Nice.
That's science. Bet you he smells wonderful.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I don't know that it could be worse than it already was.
Hi. We found some friends.
I see that. Hello. Both of you.
He met Hersek, but he might not remember meeting Hersek.
And he's seen Asuma because he described her to us, right?
Yeah,
Didn't
he was definitely aware of both of them. He doesn't seem super surprised to see them. I think Hersek gives him a little bit of a bow and says, "Bonjour, hello again." And he goes, "Oh, yes, did I assume you, did you find what you were looking for?" Not yet, my friend. But, I sense we are close. Peter says, "Well, my home is your home, except my literal home in the cave you can't go into, but, my grounds are your home, I guess is what I'm saying."
Do you think he sleeps in a race car bed?
And doesn't want to.
It's actually a giant peach.
Bed of peas. I'm cursed. I have curse. I feel weird.
Oh, that doesn't sound great. I am truly sorry for you. You should get that looked at.
Me too. Has any of your magic vegetables ever dealt with curses before?
I don't think I've ever grown anything for curses. Perhaps if I grew some sort of anti-curse kohlrabi. Maybe next year if you give me a full growing cycle. Maybe next summer. So if you're still cursed...
A year?
Yeah, it takes a long time to cultivate a vegetable. I mean, this is ambitious to expect it to be just the 1 year.
Are you afforded any other more immediate gifts that could be altered, say, at the end of one's day? Or the beginning?
And he just stares at you blankly like you just said words he doesn't even understand.
Prestidigitate a little like dancing carrot or something like that. I'm like this, except removing a curse. I don't really have any other spells left. This is really it. Teleport, but it's kind of useless now. So,
And he thinks for a second, like scratching his beard and like really getting in there, and like something kind of falls out, like a banana peel or something just falls out of his beard. He goes, I think I used to. That's been a long time. I think I used to have something, but beats me.
well, I'm sorry, big stuff.
Yeah.
If only we could cast message or something. Not cast message, but like sending to like, hey, Uber Moth, could you come on back?
We need your help.
Well, I mean, we could teleport out of the scar of the spider, except you know what? We can't now. We actually can't. I am the dad that bought the 2-door coupe that now has a family of 5. So we'd have to spend the night, and then we'd have to come back the next day.
Tarazi has not used his level 2 spell for the day. He's only used a couple lead blades. So he could easily cast Carry Companion and could be like, hey, see you in the morning, Asuma and Hersek, y'all. Well, I guess you could take 4 people. So one of them would have to stay with Peter and be the big spoon. Or a little spoon, I don't know.
Personally, I'm not interested in going to see your other spellcasters at this time. I have concerns about the population of this planet as a whole. Seeing me.
Yeah, I mean, could have stopped that sentence halfway through. It's legitimate to have concerns about the population of this planet as a whole.
Though I do hear that Heidenvey is very welcoming to people who are in are different in like four-armed kind of ways or stuff like that.
Yes, that is. It's deeply, and that's why their high school mascot is the Stranger Lovers, the Heidenvey Stranger Lovers.
Heidenvey Stranger Lovers. It's just
Well
an
known.
amorphous blob with arms for hugging. 4 of them.
Yep.
Oh man, that merch is gonna sell like hotcakes.
Yeah. But the tagline ain't no stranger danger here.
All right, so it might just make sense for maybe the people, Asuma, here a sec, maybe you stay here. We'll take the core party back. Mostly because I don't want to take Hirosek if we're not taking Asuma, because I would prefer to travel with her versus, and I just think it's easier to just roll with the party. So let's
Sure, it makes sense. I will stay here and get to know the person that I cannot communicate with in any way. That cool, tight.
You can communicate through dance.
right, yeah,
Oh,
maybe
well-
that could help.
We'll figure it out. We'll draw pictures on the ground or something.
Oh, you guys are going to be best friends by the time we get back. In fact, it'll take out 2 stickers, one that says best friends in common and one in Androphin. Or in French, one that says best friends in French and one that says best friends in Androphin.
But it really does just say best friends in French in Androphin.
Maybe we could just come back and give them a spell to talk to each other later. And I'm like, I'm not wasting spells on Sam talking to other GM PCs.
And like Jeff the player still doesn't trust Hersek the NPC, and so not him being able to talk with Asuma, who is more trustworthy,
That helps.
and him not understand is still a plus for me. So I don't want to leave that dictionary that Tarazi has in his backpack. He's like, oh no, let's keep it that one.
Yeah, like Alwyn is very naive, and after fighting together, assumes Hersek is immediately part of the group now and one of her great friends. I, the player, no. We do not need to give him any legs up on anything.
What's 1,100 miles from here? Is it Yadenve? Is that pretty? Yadenve is pretty much the best option, because that's the max that I can go.
I mean, everything's going to be less than 1,100 miles.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know how big
that's like
Numeria is.
Kamsa, like that.
I don't know how large. You could tell me Numeria is like 1,000, 2,000 miles across, and I'd be like, all right. Galarian has no scale for me, really, in terms of my as a whole.
All right, so I would say you're pretty familiar with Idenve after spending more than a year of real world time there, but we do need a teleport roll.
All right. I will roll that. That's a 16.
All right, you're golden. Where in town are you popping up?
Probably near the father.
Like the meeting house of Erastil?
Brother Dervish.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, without issue, you disappear in a puff of purple smoke and reappear in Idenve just outside the meeting house, which is the temple of Erastil. It is night, but I don't think it's like super late yet, so it's not like absurd to come barging in at this time.
He's going to be so relieved that we're not asking him to resurrect anybody
Yeah.
for once.
Yeah.
That'll be nice. So we knock on the door. The antlers or whatever.
Yeah, the doors aren't locked. It takes a moment, but eventually the Brother Dervish pulls it open. He looks rather surprised to see you all back once again, and I think he does a quick scan of the group, like just looking for dead friends, before kind of breathing a little bit of a sigh of relief, and then he does see Tarazi, and then sighs backwards and goes, hello. It's good to see you all, and new friends. Come in. I think he's kind of scanning the terrain to make sure not too many people are seeing the snakeman, as this is a place that is not, despite what Asuma heard, super welcoming.
Oh, yeah. I guess I don't have I don't have the spells to cast the Sky's Weapon on Kira right now either, so it's not a bunch of dogs or whatever we said it was canonically.
Oh yeah, so you
Kira
look,
tucked the chainsaw into her shirt.
you all look a little bit more cyberpunk than the last time you were here, I suppose, without the disguising.
At least we didn't roll up in the spaceship.
Yeah, we're doing okay.
Thank you for accepting us, brother, at this late hour. We appreciate you and old Deadeye's hospitality, as always.
My doors will always be open for you and yours. We do owe you quite the debt. Good to see that you're not coming with a dead friend this time, to put it indelicately.
Bixby's face falls. He's like, well, I mean, we did lose a friend. Asher is no longer with us.
I'm so sorry. Curse my tongue. I tried to make a little. I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry.
Hey, it's fine. I mean, if you had made some sort of joke about Asher getting turned into a snake, it would be pretty weird. But I think at this point, you're still inside the bounds of propriety. He whispers quietly as he's patting him on the back. No, but Asher has gone to his great reward. This is Tarazi and Levi. They, along with some of our other friends, have kept us alive. But we are actually coming to call on that debt a bit, if we can. Just kind of steps behind Kira.
Hi, I'm cursed.
Cursed, is it?
Mm-hmm.
That's no good at all. You all get into all manner of trouble, don't you?
Oh my gosh, you should have seen it. It was actually
Well,
pretty impressive, some of the handling, but that's a story for another time.
Well, I do believe that I can help you with a curse, but it will have to be in the morning. I'm afraid I'm not prepared at this time.
Are you offering a sleepover?
If you'd like to sleep here, there's an expansive floor. I'm afraid there aren't many beds. Just what I keep for myself in the back. But
We'll take that.
oh,
Thank you.
She's cursed, you know. It's only right to offer her the bed.
oh,
Just like my grandmother always said.
I suppose. And what's mine is yours. Just
Oh god, I can't actually take this old man's bed.
he's not that old. He's like kind of like middle-aged, like cool bro priest guy.
Yeah, so let's take his. He goes back. He like pulls out his sleep apnea machine, all sad, and he's like, "Yeah, I guess you can have my bed. I'll just sleep on the floor."
It's all right. I don't need much
And of course, it's steam powered.
these days. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, for like the first time in a while, it's going to be really nice to sleep in a place that feels a little safe, which is not a way that I would ever describe Yadenve.
Just long enough to make some headlines.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Hope you're prepared, Sam. You have all of the in-between episode break to write us a whole thing.
However long that is.
And Tarazi can spend a minute to cast Rope Weave and weave us a lovely hammock to sleep in.
Oh, that's delightful.
A hammock?
Like a big one, like a huge one for everyone.
Like a group hammock.
Like a up in the air with a rope ladder hammock. It could be 1 5-foot square per caster level, so a 7 5-foot square sized hammock if we all want to have like the most adorable sleepover.
It's amazing.
A little cuddle sesh.
That's great. All right.
Just get all the chairs out of the way and just string up the giant hammock across the whole meeting house.
Oh, Kira's stoked.
No, it's in the air. It's suspended magically in the air with a rope ladder.
That's even better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you have a safe place to sleep tonight, and you don't even need to keep watch. And as everyone goes to bed and you feel the long, long day kind of washing away, everybody levels up.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yay!
Woo woo.
I lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.
Congratulations. So, who wants to roll for HP and maybe talk a little bit about level
12.
13?
13.
No, I'll take it.
12.
13 for
I mean,
sure.
yeah.
13.
We can talk about
Level
level
13.
13, but that's not what level you
He's giving me
are.
like 2 minutes to finish my sheet, and it's 13.
Don't all volunteer at once.
I'll go. It's not really an exciting level for Rixby, so we can build up to someone else.
All right.
So, level 8 of Arcane Trickster, that is another D6.
All right.
I got a 5.
Well, it beats the crap out of my 1.
Woo! I'll live forever. Yeah, so my sneak attack goes up by another 1d6. I'm up to 66 now. And yeah, that's really the I get 6th level spells, but all of my 6th level spells are very weird currently because I've gotten them from books. So I've not bought any practical spells, and this is the problem of being an arcane trickster, because you don't just get them at the level. So destroy robot, guards and wards. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Who wants to go next?
Sure. I'll roll a D10 for Tarazi and a D8 for Levi.
All right. I have both of those.
Well, a bummer of a 2 for Tarazi.
I got a 7 for Tarazi.
I will so gratefully take that. Thank you. I did roll a 7 on the D8 for Levi, though.
Well, I rolled a 1 for Levi.
Oh.
Okay. 7 for both. So this is level 11 Ranger for Tarazi, which means he gets one new class feature, but it's a good one. Now, thankfully, Archetype did not take this away. I get Quarry.
Cool.
And we'll get to see what that does, but it's a fun one.
All right.
I guess I can go. So Alloin is a D6. Got a 4.
I got a 5.
Ooh, nice. Almost max.
Live forever.
He's at just under 90 HP.
Wow.
He does not really get anything at this level, just a few new spells. Because it is an even level, I could swap out one of my existing Oracle spells during my level up, so I swapped one of my level 2 spells out for a different one. Got a few more spells, another level 4 spell for Sorcerer, another level 4 spell for Oracle, some level 1, 2s, and 3s for both. No class features this level, no feats this level. 13 is a pretty big one for him, though.
If he lives that long.
So I'm looking forward to the next level up. Yeah. That's going to be a big one if he's alive for it.
And don't forget, I think everybody gets an ability score up this level, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes,
Yep.
he did. And I put it in... Oh, that's right. I forgot. That's why my health went up so much. Because my con was an odd number. So I put a point into Constitution, getting that up to a 14. And that's why his HP jumped from like 60-something to 80-something.
Oh, that's big.
Nice.
Yes. Good move. You'll live forever.
Yeah, Tarazi's strength is up to 25 now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And how about Kira?
Yep.
D20 for hit points?
Switching it up this level, taking a no, okay. D6 for like a squishy spellcaster class. I IDK those. No, I'm taking another level in Blood Rager because this is the one I've been waiting for.
No.
That's a D10. That is a 9.
Oh, I only got an 8.
I will take a 9.
Why have you been waiting for this one?
I was going to be secret and mysterious, but I'm too excited. One of the first things I read about Pathfinder when I was creating here is that it's kind of tough to tank in Pathfinder, but you can take a couple different IDK feats or Blood Rage powers in this case, such as Come and Get Me, which I have literally been waiting for 3 years now. While raging as a free action, the barbarian may leave herself open to attack while preparing devastating counterattacks. So basically, enemies get to attack her with a +4 bonus on attack and damage roll, but every attack provokes an attack of opportunity. Cat. Worst timing. So, I don't know. It's the closest I can come to tanking. Just basically screaming at people and getting them to attack me while I attack them first and hopefully live to, and hopefully I don't regret it. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for 3 years and now it's here. And the cat is also here. Here's the cat to celebrate.
Nothing will get in melee with Kira ever again. Got it.
See, Sam, I decided to trust you and be vulnerable, and now you're hurting my feelings.
No, nothing was ever... it was never a good idea for anything to be in melee with Kira, ever.
Sometimes it's a good idea.
So, it's worse now, but, how much worse can you get than a chainsaw?
How much worse can you get than a chainsaw? That's what I always say.
All right, well, morning comes without anyone disturbing you, presuming the magical rope thing doesn't run out of spell duration in the middle of the night and drop all of you on the floor, which would be pretty funny.
Brixby's gonna wake up and do his smart cube.
Ah, yes.
Gotta get that good paste.
The Gubik's Cube.
No, I fail. I rolled a nat 1, everyone. So I woke up this morning
no.
If you're in our Discord, you'll note that I usually do my there it is. I usually do my Wordle and my connections and my strands right after waking up at 6 a.m. Brixby tried to do the exact same thing and was just like, nope, that was it. He put his purple with his yellow.
Oh no.
That's for the connections people.
Hey.
Yeah, and I'll even borrow from something Jero said in Foundry. It probably does taste like the Migo goo that made him sick the day before, but he's not sick now. I'm not that committed to role playing.
But you had said that's like what vegans eat.
Yeah, it totally is. But Brixby isn't vegan. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was like, and neither is Jeff. So I'm like, I don't know.
Zach would be totally sated. Right, yeah. Zach, I mean, my mouth is watering so much that you can see it dripping off the microphone in a like
It's super
Ridley
gross.
Scott alien style way. It's unhealthy. But yeah, no, I unfortunately, it's why we role play, is to have the things that we can have in real life, Jeff. A cave full of rotting vegetable matter, because there's truly nothing better to a vegan than that.
All right. Well, Brother Derviach has to cast that bestow curse. Oh no, it's a heal
Please
turn.
no.
Oh no. I've gotten evil while you were
Oh,
gone.
yeah. He's been technically the whole time.
Yeah, drop your strength again.
Ugh,
Once I saw
useless.
the chainsaw, I knew that you were truly enemies. But he gets more than enough to remove Kira's curse and bring her strength back up.
Hooray. Thank you.
And in addition, if any of you still had hit points damage, like he has a bajillion channels and stuff, so he can't do anything for Hersik and Asuma, but everybody else can get to full.
Excellent. That is very, very nice.
So is there anything else you want to do in Eidenvey before teleporting back to the Scar?
Kira will take some time in the morning to take out this piece of paper she's been doodling on, which is totally a thing that I've brought up since the last time I brought it up several weeks ago. And do some quick journaling. That is it.
What's the daily stag guy's name again?
Hosket.
Hoskett.
Hosket.
Hogwash.
Can I go cast guards and wards on his house? Now that I have a level 6 spell, that is just.
Oh my god.
Oh god. Yeah, that would be. Could you imagine?
Is his house even there? Didn't his house get crushed by a satellite?
Oh, yeah.
Blown up by a missile.
Yeah, I believe a missile from episode 100 eventually blew up his house. Yes, that is canon, definitely.
All right. Well, like guards and wards is 10. What I do this morning? No. Do we need anything? I mean, what is Yadenviz like? Do we have stuff to sell? I mean, I can't really like. I know.
Yeah, we could sell anything that isn't technical, because they won't buy tech stuff. But
+1 light fortification is gonna be some cash.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you've got some juicy stuff you can sell there.
I'm gonna also take this. Let's take a moment and look at the staff. Yeah, feel a little bit stronger. It's a 28 for Brixby.
Yeah, I believe it does get it. You are looking at a Staff of the Dark Tapestry,
Oh no.
ooh,
which is, of course, a magical item created for this book. This is a stave constructed of dark purple crystal, which allows use of the following spells: Confusion, Darkness, Fear, Irradiate, and Planetary Adaptation. It can also be used as a weapon functioning as a +1 impact quarterstaff, even when all of its charges are expended. This is, of course, one of the notorious Pathfinder staves, which are fairly useless items, but also extraordinarily expensive.
Yeah, we could very easily sell that. Whatever. What is its
Yeah.
value? Is it a lot? Like
43,500 GP.
sell that thing
Golly.
immediately.
yeah,
Confusion, darkness, fear, irradiate.
yeah. Half of those
Planetary
Alwyn can cast. The other half we don't need.
Planetary Adaptation, yeah.
Right. Yeah. And you have to spend spell slots to put them in. I mean, yeah.
To use a staff. Yeah, no, staffs are garbage in 1E.
Yeah, it's a cool idea that just does not. It just doesn't.
I like the 2E staffs, but the 1E staffs are garbage.
All right, so it looks like spending your morning doing some shopping around Nidenbay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, while all of you wander through the town once more in various levels of disguise, probably, I'm going to bed.
Good night, Sam.
Good night, Sam.
Night level 12, Sam. Sorry, level 13, Sam. Haha.
Daily Stag headline: Sam goes to bed, or does he?
Very capable four have returned. But one of them is now a snake person riding a giant snake.
We always knew that they were lizard people.
Do you guys just sleep like an Ouroboros? Do you guys sleep just tip to foot, like the snake circle? I know it's one snake normally, but you're two anyway. All right, let's take some moments to figure out what it is that we're gonna buy. Good talk.
All right.
Now let's keep that recording going.
Against the machine. Against the machine.
Pot Against the Machine is property of Network Against the Machine LLC, all rights reserved. Pathfinder and the Iron Gods Adventure Path are property of Paizo Publishing. See their website for more details. Theme Against the Machine was written and performed by your own Zach. See the show notes for additional music and sound licensing. If you enjoyed the show, we encourage you to leave us a review.
Well, where we are sucks. It sucks and it goes up, and it sucks and it goes down, and it also sucks.
Oh yeah, you weren't here when Sam mentioned that he was looking over the spells and realized those thorns are going to be there for the next hour and a half.
You've got other stuff to deal with before you got to worry about the thorns, though. We still have some active conditions.
Probably not. I don't remember any of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. We got 2 more rounds of the snake trying to eat us.
Oh my god. Yeah, get me out of this stupid cave. Sorry. Yeah, no, and I have flesh worm situation. I've got no decks.
Kira's cursed.
Oh, yeah, Kira's cursed. I forgot about that.
No, yeah, you're cursed.
You're full of worms.
Crap, I just thought of something. I was not worried about Kira's curse because I have a scroll, but that's a contested roll, isn't it? And the scroll would just be the lowest level you can cast it at. So
Yeah.
that might not get rid of it.
It's
Oh,
a
man.
+3, because isn't Remove Curse a level 5 spell? Or sorry, it's a level 3 spell that you get at level 5. So it's
Roll of remove curse.
so it's +5. I had that backwards.
Yeah, you must make a caster level check 1d20 plus the caster level. So it won't be my caster level, it'll be the minimum for the thing, which will be a 5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Well-
that's not as much of a gimme as I thought it was.
Let's leave this terrible place. I guess we should start role playing
Yeah.
before
Yeah,
we
let's-
leave
Yeah.
this place, because it'd be really
I don't know.
confusing for them.
No, listeners don't want to hear that.
Yeah, cut into the episode and we're already back at Pater's farm.
It's oh, we forgot to start recording until 20 minutes after, and we're not going to double back. Sorry.
Nope. Smash cut to Pater's farm. They'll love it.
Yes, I also have ability score damage, 6 strength.
No, that's a curse. That's not damage.
Well, it's in the same thing in my hero lab. So,
Yeah, therefore lesser
There it is.
restoration can cure that curse.
Therefore, a lesser rest should be able to take care of it.
Yeah,
It is how it works.
it's true.
You need lesser curse duration, which is much rarer.
I'm assuming that's duration, like DUR. That makes sense. Yeah, lesser curse duration.
Oh, that sounds better.
Yeah, that actually makes sense.
And who's that?
I didn't move him, but he's gone.
For the folks at home, he's standing 10 feet away from the party.
he is right there. Mhm.
Undone by Foundry
With
once
my
more.
immersion.
He's not there. He's gone. He disappears.
Brother Derviach. There we go. I just remember he has loud daughters. That's all I really remember about. Is that him?
No,
No.
that's cricket legs. Yeah.
Cricket legs.
No, that's cricket legs. Oh my god! All right, cut it out.
Cricket Legs, who appeared in one episode.
Loved him. Bring him back. Brother Derviach, I don't remember you super well, but we're going to go see you